Hello, I'm Terat Thatawala, a third year computer engineering student at Teacher Sanghi College of Engineering, and I'm here to present my internship assignment task for the AI internship. So, firstly, I will show the actual bot on WhatsApp. So, right now, there is no spending. I've cleared the database for now so that I can start afresh. So, let me copy this and send a expense message. So I've sent this message and you can see it's added for food 300 rupees. Now I will add another message purchased books at Oxford worth 1200 rupees. And another one, say, booked a flight to Chennai for 6,000. So you can see that it has added all the expenses. Now I will tell it to show the expenditures, all of my expenses, category wise, if that's required. And as you can see, it's there is a breakdown and it's showing correctly. So, like this was a simple bot demo that I've made. Now I will switch over to my laptop and show you the actual code and render and video interface. So this is my code for the bot and my GitHub repo, and I've also added you as a collaborator and sent you an invite. So once you accept it, you can also access this, and I will share this link in the submission form. So I've created a basic README to just summarize what I've done. Then I've added requirements, license, and README, and then the main is the main Python files are in the app folder. So firstly, we have a basic config file which will just load all the env, like all the API keys and the auth tokens from the env file. So you'll have to create this env file for yourself because uh, like the actual auth tokens you'll have to use your own. I have provided a basic sample of how it should be formatted in the README itself. Then we have the database.py, which creates the database using the database URL. And yeah, so it like there's one ID column, a user ID column, then an amount, a category, a vendor, and a date column. So amount will be the rupees 300, 400, 500. Then category would be whether it's food, travel, etc., etc. And vendor would be Crossword or Starbucks or like any particular organization or something like that. And date would be the date at which the like the transaction was conducted. So this would allow for historical analysis as well. And yeah, so like we can have a breakdown of the expenses quite concisely as well via this. So there's a main.py, but it just basically includes the router.py, all of the routes from the router.py, and a basic app.get for the starter home page. So I will show routes.py later. So there's this utils.py that this contains only one function, the classify message type, which like I've used Gemini for all of the AI interface, Gemini model. So I've used Gemini 2.0 Flashlight. I've used Gemini since it has a higher like a longer context windows of say 2 million tokens, if I'm correct. Then since it's a higher, like it has a higher, longer context window, the whole database, like all the expenses and all, can easily fit in the prompt itself. So like this is a basic prompt engineering I've done, and I've used some of the examples as given in the assignment itself. Then I have the NLP.py, where I have implemented further functions for using Google Gemini to extract the amount, then extract the vendor, and extract the category. So I've done for all of that, and I've also, the main function is the handle query function, which will give like give all the expenses stored in the database for the current user and give it to the actual uh, give it to the Gemini using the prompt, and this will only give it to Gemini if the user demands uh, some kind of response like an expenses, track the expenses or something, not when he sends an expense message. So if the user sends uh, bought coffee at Starbucks, so it won't uh, like handle this or call this handle query function, but it will directly just extract the amount, the vendor, and the category and return it. So that was all the Gemini I've used, and this is the routes.py where I have created a webhook, a WhatsApp webhook, and yeah, so like if it's an express entry, so I've used the classify message type from the uh, our utils uh, our utils file, and it will classify it as either an expense entry or like a normal so summarize the expenses kind of response, and based on that it will generate the correct response to be given to the user. So I've created this webhook and stored it in Twilio. So this is like a Twilio. You can see the message logs as well. So receive, read, and you can it's like configured correctly. You can also see. Okay, let me try. Just a minute. So you can send a WhatsApp message to the Twilio via this, like sending a message to this phone number and using this code, or you can scan this QR code and like you can directly interact with the bot itself because it is deployed. I've deployed it using render, so it's deployed live. Like you can see over here, WhatsApp expense tracker bot is running. So this web service is connected to a Postgres database. So I've created an instance of the Postgres database via render called WhatsApp expenses, and this will store all the expenses and be integrated with the Gemini for the deployed version. And I forgot to mention this, but I had configured this Postgres database via SQL Alchemy for the ORM mapping, which is needed for Python. And yeah, this was how I connected my database to the web service. And yeah, that's like basically all of the uh, functioning I've done and the assignment I've done. I have not implemented any other major changes except from those which were required in the task, because like I have an exam on Saturday, so I was preparing for that. So I only did it for I completed this task within 3 months. But yeah, I had planned to do like an agentic AI interface as well and integrate the database into the LLM via some small agents or LangChain or other tools, rather than just prompt engineering them inside my prompt for Gemini itself. But since I didn't have time, so I have done this basic task for now, but it can be done if required. So yeah, this was my task for the internship assignment, and I hope you liked it. And if there is any uh, changes to be made or any reviews you could give, then it would be great. And yeah, thank you.